How much does a start get compromised when you need to use 32 pitches in that first inning? You're trying to go deep.
It's first start of the year, so there's a lot of adrenaline and anxiousness and all that stuff going into that first inning. So, walks are something I don't like doing, so a couple of those, and weak contact hits just kind of were the tail of that inning, and put myself in a hole early. And really, it's just one of those days where it was just, I thought I was making the right pitches, except for maybe the one to Hernandez that he hit out, but was making good pitches and just got kind of singled to death. But a lot of that today was just due to just the adrenaline and the anxiousness and the readiness to pitch. And I've done my homework on these guys, for the past week, and you got a solid game plan going into it, and so you're just anxious. So it's the first start, so there's a lot more to come.
Was it because it was the first start of the year, or the first start for the Orioles and your first start here?
I think it was just first start in general. I've had the same nerves, same anxiousness, same preparedness going into every opening series. And the past 3 years, I don't think I've had a solid opening series, but I've had a good season to end of it. So if that's how it's going to start, then I'll just keep focusing on my next one and just stay ready. But my preparedness was there. Everything was there. We made some good pitches, and just didn't keep it close enough for the bullpen to pick me up, or and even the offense to make a comeback. So a lot of that was just due to me and making probably too many pitches in that first inning, like you mentioned, and just maybe nibbling a little bit when I didn't need to.
It's been somewhat of a difficult start for all three starters, including yourself. Is there some sort of nerves that go along with first starts for everyone, not just yourself, or how do you kind of look at the three as a whole?
Yeah, I thought Gibby did a great job coming out of the chute and setting the tone for us, and Kramer's start yesterday was a little uncharacteristic of him and how he throws the ball. He threw a great game in the WBC. So I think, all things considered, it might just be first starts and first start jitters, anxiousness, and excitedness, because those two kind of go hand in hand. And being a starting pitcher is a little different. You got to wait a few days before you have your first day. But again, I just didn't do enough to keep the game close, to keep us in that game, and something I'll note going into the next series that we have to face these guys. But it's on to the next start for me, and this one's behind me. Thought I threw the ball well enough to maybe stay in it if I didn't have that first inning, but that's baseball, and you just got to roll on to the next one.
Because you guys didn't get really long starts in the first two, did you feel added pressure to try and get through maybe 6 innings?
No, I mean, I'm trying. Every game I start, I intend to finish. That's my mentality. That's my philosophy. I believe it. I believe I can do it. But today they just put some good at-bats together, some long ABs early. And then I started to cruise there a little bit towards the middle innings, but ultimately just didn't do enough to really keep us in it. So I'm disappointed, but at the same time I understand it's a long season. We got a lot of starts and a lot of games to go. So just got to keep chugging along.